I'm starting off at No Frills. It's Easter weekend where I live. Everything is closed Friday and Sunday except for drugstores and restaurants. So I'm picking up a few things at No Frills. And then I had my Walmart pickup order, and there was some produce and some things that I couldn't get in the order. And I use laundry baskets and separate it. So this stuff stays in the garage. I don't have to worry about it. And then the other basket is everything that comes into the house. I'm also going to get gas and get a car wash because this is all salt on my vehicle because of the icy, rainy weather that we had. And this is what I do in the car. I ask for I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett, and then it kind of does like a playlist or something, and then I'm just sharing with you the songs that are going to be coming up, and I love it. It's almost like those mixtapes that I used to make when I was a kid. I loved it. So it's a combination of newer music and older music, but I love it. So I'm going to listen to a little bit of Joan Jett and some really good music while I finish off my errands and get my car cleaned. When I am organized, everything is just so much more relaxing and enjoyable. So I knew that there were some things that were at No Frills that I couldn't get at Walmart. So I had my list. I wanted to get there early. And then I had the confirmation from my Walmart pickup of, what wasn't available. I was very lucky. The only thing they didn't have was the vegetable dip was weird. So I was able to pick it up at No Frills. So here in Canada, there's a single-use plastic ban. Some people hate it. Some people don't care about it. I think it's a balance of everything. The plastic grocery bags were very wasteful. And I remember when my parents would get groceries, everything came in brown paper bags. And I think about my parents' generation, they reused and recycled things without even knowing it because they were taught, to stretch the dollar and all of that. And I think that's part of the problem of the way that the economy and everything is in today. My opinion, but I think there's some truth to it too. So anyways, when you get a grocery pickup order, they don't bag it. So you can have everything in the trunk of your car, the back of your car, and they'll bag it for you. But I prefer to do it myself. So whenever they come out, I have my baskets, everything ready, and then they hand it to me. And then I put it where I want it to go. And it just makes it so much easier. I have another basket in the garage with orange juice that's going to go out there, some pop, dog food, just, other things I don't need to worry about right now. And this is just what I picked up to get us through the next 4 or 5 days to stay away from the stores because where I live, everything is closed Good Friday and Easter Monday. Restaurants are open and drugstores, but grocery stores, Walmart, all of that will be closed. A couple of pineapples, $2 at No Frills. Broccoli crowns, 88 cents each. Best price, I'm going to be making broccoli salad. Just got some little strawberry cream cheese, like Danishes and all that, just to have a few dishes to clean up from breakfast, not much. Maraschino cherries, I'm going to be trying to make Chelsea buns. The sun-dried tomato salad dressing, it's really great for a chicken marinade. They did not have the Weber marinade packs I used to get there, so I think they're discontinued. Miracle Whip, we don't have any jam, and the strawberry rhubarb jam looked really good. My mom used to make strawberry rhubarb, and it was so good. Just reminds me of summers. A couple of hair products for Andrew. Sugar cubes, we were running low. That's what my husband uses, and I just find when you use the sugar cubes compared to like a teaspoon of sugar, it makes a difference. But we use them at home, and then he takes them to work. Flour was on for a really great price. I know the bigger bags are cheaper, but I like the convenience for this because one of these fits in my container. A couple of things of butter sticks, baby carrots. These are just so handy for the dogs. 2 English cucumbers, iceberg lettuce. I got a couple of things of the golden eggs because I made scrambled eggs the other night and the yellow is just not bright enough on the ones that I got from Costco. They're great for baking, but I prefer to have a little bit of a nicer like egg yolk. So I got these ones, a big thing of elbow macaroni for leftovers after Easter. I can't make it as good as this. I think this is $6. I love it. Chocolate Fairlife for my husband. The pasta was on $2.50, so I got the cheese and bacon tortellini and the cheese rainbow tortellini. Barbecue something, do some vegetables, make this quick easy dinner. Popsicles were $2.75 at No Frills. I could not turn it down because at Walmart they're $5 something each. So I'm definitely going to get more of these before the sale's over. They didn't have banana, so I got the triple treat and the fruity. Excuse me. 2 things of the cream cheese fruit dip. My husband and my daughter both love it. I made it at Christmas time. I'm not making it. And then my Walmart pickup order, they said that the veggie dip wasn't available, so I picked that up. And then the Chapman's ice cream, these were on for $5, so I got the ice cream sandwiches and then like the chocolate covered ones. Now, if you live in Canada, everybody's different all over the place, but Chapman's is a Canadian company in Ontario, and they are a wonderful company to support. Still standing if you watch Murdoch Mysteries. Crabtree, he has the actor that plays him, he does a show, and they talk about small towns in Ontario. Now, Chapman's had a great big fire. It was devastating, and there was an episode on it. If I can find it, I'll link it down below. But anyways, like the family, the son decided they were gonna, yes, I want to rebuild, and they stayed in the community. They didn't go to a bigger town or somewhere else. They built in the community, and I just think when you have a good company, to support them. So Chapman's, we always try and buy their ice cream because they were good to the community, that the workers and everything, and sometimes that does make a big difference in supporting companies. So gonna get the cold stuff away and work on the things I need to get done before lunch today. I was able to get my computer work done that I needed, and I just wanted to share the view from the mirror, like seeing into the kitchen. I love it. It makes the space feel bigger. And I also got an update on the kitchen this week. Everything is on track for the dates that we thought we'd be ready to do it for, hopefully in May. And we're waiting for the sink to be shipped, but everything is on track. So I'm really glad to have that update and know that, we're on this timeline that we originally planned for. Now, we knew that hubby was going to be done early today, so we made plans to go out for lunch. Boston Pizza, they have a great lunch special. That's why I love going out for lunch during the week. $15, you get a main, a side, and a drink. So you get a fountain pop, get Diet Pepsi, and then we each got a half of a Boston Brute sandwich. I find the whole one is just too much. Then you get like a bolognese sauce and then some French fries. I got gravy. It was a little bit more, but for $15, like, that's how much a fast food combo is now. So it was really good. So we had some other things that needed to be taken care of that we weren't expecting. We got it done. And the boys are just kind of sleeping in their bed because it's been a little bit of everything this week. A little cool, a little nice. And I didn't get any coloring done in this book. I really want to, but I've been trying to stay on track with getting everything ready for Easter weekend. So I'm going to take care of a few things. I still have to iron the pillow cover here. I just haven't felt like doing it. And then I'm going to go ahead and get these groceries put away. So it was really kind of just a normal grocery shop and, picking up a few sale items. I have some things to wash my hands, and the banana bread was really good. I was very happy with the way this came out. I was kind of worried about with all the walnuts, but it was good. And then I also have some danishes to have for the weekend too, just to have a little bit of variety. So the banana bread is there to enjoy for the weekend too, keeping things simple. And all of these things have a place to go. Flour was on sale. All of the other stuff we're going to be needing. And the only thing that was special was the maraschino cherries for a new recipe that I'm hoping to try this weekend. So I'm going to get everything put away, and then all of the groceries are taken care of. Just doing the last final little meal plan for Easter weekend. Just keeping breakfast and lunch really simple with a lot of the staples that we do. For Good Friday, we always do fish and chips. Saturday, I'm leaving it open. I'm not quite sure. And then Sunday, I'm not sure if I'm going to make the buns on Sunday or leave it till Monday. Just the normal things for the ham and scalloped potatoes. And then Monday is just going to be eat all of the leftovers and enjoy the day because everybody's off. I do want to make the Cadbury mini egg cookies, and I was thinking about making a carrot cake, but between the cookies and, there'll be other treats and chocolates and everything from Easter, I think I'm going to skip that and save that for another time, maybe for Mother's Day or something later on. But I think just keeping it really simple. I was able to get a lot of the stuff for Easter ahead of time, and now I was able just to get kind of the normal kind of like grocery staples and then a few last little things that I needed for Easter. But I have the ham, the macaroni salad's really good. the produce, I have grapes to finish up, and then stuff to make dinners for this week and going into next weekend too. So anyways, I am going to clean a few things up and make dinner. I'm not too hungry yet, but Steve said he could have some dinner. So I have some bacon left over from whenever I made the bacon wrapped asparagus. So I'm just going to cut it in half and then fry it up to make some breakfast sandwiches for Steve and Andrew, because I still have a couple of bagels left, and I just thought this would be a great way to make a nice dinner, keeping it very simple, but it's something that everybody likes. While I finished making dinner and just cleaning up the kitchen, emptying the dishwasher and tidying up a little bit, I thought it'd be a good time to chit chat. And a couple of things came up this week, and I kind of call them life, like things that I wasn't expecting. And there was a couple of days that were a little bit harder with just different things going on, but I pretty much stayed on track. And I think I have a really good routine and structure of the things that I know need to get done every day, like all of those boring mundane tasks. And every once in a while, I'll go to bed and a couple of things don't get done, but I really work on fitting them into my normal morning routine, and it helps me so much. So by the time we have to leave in the morning, I feel like everything is back on track from the day before. And then same with today, we had some things come up, and I was very glad that I had everything organized, got what I needed to get for the weekend, and just to replenish some of those staples that we use. And it's been really good. And I think, I was always somebody that tried to stay on track with everything, and I enjoyed all of the mundaneness of homemaking and housekeeping and all of that. And then, life got a little bit, abnormal for us in routine and structure, and just got really overwhelmed. And at those times, like those mundane tasks, when you're tired and there's other things that you're thinking about and worrying about, it's hard to get that focus and get that stuff done. And if you've never had those problems, it's really great. But I know there's a lot of people that these little mundane tasks, sometimes they're hard and sometimes they're challenging, but I feel like whenever I stay on top of them and actually think of the beauty in the mundane is what helps keep everything flowing very, easily in life, especially when those little things come up. And I feel like, if something comes up and you're like, okay, I know what's for dinner tonight. I know that my laundry's in the dryer. If it can wait till tomorrow, that's good. And I feel like staying on top of all of these things and really sharing that in Veda and focusing on just the mundaneness of trying to stay organized, making little lists, shopping the sales and prioritizing those little things. I feel as things have come up in the past couple of months, I've really been able to stay on track with everything, and then also work a little bit more on what some of my goals were from last year with decluttering and getting the house back in order. So it's just a little bit of my journey that I wanted to share for anybody that's out there, struggling with, sometimes it could be depression, sometimes it could be anxiety, sometimes it could be just a life event that's coming up that's a little bit harder. It could be the death of a loved one, it could be a change in somebody's health. And we all have our own stories, and I'm just trying to share with you these little things that I try to do daily that really help in the bigger picture of life, and really getting to enjoy those little things, like spending time with the ones that you love. I just find when all of these little things are done, it just makes life that much more enjoyable. And some days are harder than others, and some days everything doesn't get done, but I always try and get caught up the next day, because as soon as things start to pile up, I get overwhelmed, and I find it's really hard to get that focus and kind of the energy or the momentum to deal with all of these boring little tasks that sometimes are really easy for people to get done. I'm also using herb and garlic cream cheese on the breakfast sandwiches. I like to do that. I find it gives it a nice flavor. And then just with some fruit and yogurt. And then later I had some eggs with fruit and yogurt. I was still not that hungry from lunch, and I had a coffee to finish up too. And it was just a really great day. I think everybody was excited to have a 4-day weekend coming off, because everybody's off for the 4 days, and just looking forward to Easter weekend. So I'm going to end my day by just doing some of these little tasks. And, this wasn't my intention for Veda, but I think as I kept thinking about, just sharing the ins and outs of every day, that's what I always want to try and do with YouTube, but it's really hard to do it. But, doing like these vlogging months or a video every day, I find it's really helpful. And that has always been my goal, is to try and, help one person out there that, is having a harder time with little things going on with life and all of that, because there's a lot of amazing content creators out there to give you good ideas of different meals and all of that. But I just feel like as I'm getting more and more organized, I'm feeling more like my old self again, with it's easier to make dinner. It's easier to stay up on all of these mundane tasks. Like, my home is coming together, like everything kind of has a place again, and it's feeling really good. And then the last little thing I'm going to do is go through all of my papers from the week, all of the lists, all of the schedules, and all of this helped me get through those little bumps in the road that came up this week. There was no big ones, but it was just those little things that kind of threw my schedule off whack. But I was still able to get through the week and be prepared for a holiday weekend with my family, because that is the ultimate goal, is to have that good quality time with the people that we love, that are the most important in our life. And I think the more that I simplify everything, the more I'm finding joy in all of these little things in life that sometimes we can take for granted. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow.